So what do you do when your kid is constantly repeating and asking you the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and you don't have any capacity left, and in the end you just snap at them and they end up retreating, and you feel awful and you feel so upset because you've just snapped at them when you want them to be able to ask questions and be able to talk to you, but your capacity to manage it is just right now. So what can you do to maintain your relationship with your child and let go of some of that guilt that you feel as well? So while you're learning how to communicate differently, and absolutely you can still have an amazingly great, close, connected relationship with your child and still lose your shit and know that your relationship is still strong. But while you're learning that and building the communication skills, repair can become your best friend for a little while. So being able to healthily repair the relationship so that you create emotional safety for your young person. Okay, so once the moment's over and you've exploded, whatever's happened, at another time, at a calm time, explain to them that the reason that you snapped was to do with your own emotions. So I want you to totally own how you felt. Not you gave me too many questions, or it was too much for me, which gives them the impression that they've got it wrong in some way. Instead, I want you to own it, take responsibility for it. That was all on me. It was nothing to do with you. I want you to keep asking me questions. You didn't do anything wrong. The way I handled it, my emotions got the better of me, and that was just in me. And right then my emotions got too big and they burst out and they hurt you, didn't I? And I'm sorry for that. Please keep asking me questions. You didn't do anything wrong, that kind of thing. So what you're doing with that is you're owning what happened. You're owning your outburst and how you snapped and not making them responsible for it in any way at all. And that creates emotional safety. And as you build that connection and that trust and that emotional safety, what happens is you move to a place where you can snap and can lose your shit, and they learn that you hold them in an emotionally safe place, and that it is you, and that it's your responsibility to deal with your emotions. The other thing it does, the amazing thing, is you're modeling beautiful emotional regulation to them. Then doesn't mean you have to stay calm and cool, but they will learn how to repair in their own relationships as they grow up. So building that emotional safety would be the number one thing I would do in this situation, while you're learning more communication techniques and really use the ability to repair well as a really strong tool in your toolbox. And then and once you've done that or started to bring that in, the next thing you can do is teach them about the JAM concept. So JAM, JAM. So JAM stands for just a minute. So it's very simple, but if you're feeling overwhelmed by a barrage of questions or statements or something from your young person, and you're just getting a bit too overwhelmed and normally you would snap, shout JAM. If you're a spicy, fiery family, make it fun. Shout it out. JAM! I need JAM! So that's what I started doing with my kids, especially when they were a bit younger, sort of 7 or 8 mark. And we learned that when someone shouted out that they needed JAM, it meant they need just a minute. They're starting to feel overwhelmed. They don't want to explode out. They're trying to manage it. And it just became a fun and acceptable and loving way, really, for us to communicate our needs to each other. So play with that. See if that helps when you're feeling overwhelmed. Teach the JAM concept to your young people. It works for any age, and you can use it for each other then. When someone needs JAM, maybe they can give you some space then. So those are just a couple of things that I would recommend that you do if you've snapped when you've just had a constant barrage of questions and you want to find a new way of approaching it so you don't have to snap. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.